All right, what up, boys? Today we're having a bit of not even a little, let's big discussion. I'm getting real tired of this. Before we get down to some real Naga shit, I think we should talk about this Bugatti armor nonsense. How the fuck are y'all going to take a piece of technologically advanced engineering and innovation back to the literal medieval centuries? Y'all thought we weren't going to notice this. You think Reddit is going to slack? I don't think so. Reddit sees everything and knows what the fuck y'all did. This is the equivalent of copying someone's homework and then changing the answers minorly so that way they don't see the differences, even though the teacher's smart enough to see the differences and still gives you a fucking F-. I think the worst part about this Bugatti nonsense is that this doesn't even look good. Like, you could have done so many different things that would have made a lot more sense. I mean, seriously, look at this bitch made ass. She hunched over like she hungry. Why? Why? I need you guys to realize that the cannon on the BD9 outfit for the Berserker is more of a Bugatti than the outfit itself. Like, that's how bad this Bugatti outfit is. My cannon is more advanced than the whole Bugatti outfit. That's depressing. All right, anyway, down to business now. So we need to talk about the rewards and how BDO has been conducting itself recently. So after being gone for a week, I came back and I saw the loyal, attendance rewards, which is cool. Nothing in here is super crazy. I mean, this is fine. But the special attendance rewards are sus. So on day 2, we have a Shakatu luxury box. I'm going to post a picture of what the fuck happened on that day. Just so you guys understand how bad this was, meme frags were close to going back up to 1 million, and then they dropped all the way down to 600,000 on the second. When the Shakatu box dropped, I didn't catch the screenshot, but I saw it. Meme frags, 2,200 minimum bid. Dropped the price damn near about to dirt cheap. I was pissed. I was pissed off. To add insult to injury, these mofos are dropping another 2 Shakatu boxes on the 10th, which means meme frags are going to drop back down to literally nothing. Now, depending on what side of the spectrum you are on, this could benefit you or hurt you. If you're selling memory fragments, this hurts the fuck out of you. If you're buying memory fragments, well, you're still losing a good chunk of change if you're, upgrading boss gear and whatnot, or just enhancing in general. So it still helps you to some degree, but it's still rather expensive, but less expensive. I never thought I would see the day where I would get tired of free shit. I'm done. I'm tired of it. I'm so over it. BDO has consistently been giving out free stuff for a few months now, and it's starting to really piss me off. I've kind of gone over this in my marketing video when I was talking about, prices on the market and whatnot, but just to go over how much worse it's gotten, because most of the time people are like, oh, the market's bad right now, it'll get better. It's actually gotten worse. In that time that I did the market video where I was complaining about the marketplace, Basilisk belts still managed to go down another 3 million. I have lost faith. I have lost faith. Four Bassi belts at min bid for 13,600,000. At one point, these belts used to sell for 60 million. This has single-handedly rendered Bassi belts as just absolutely worthless. If you enhance, you can make some profit off of this because the amount to invest is rather low. But because nobody gives a shit about Bassi belts and is not trying to sell, there's hardly ever any on the market. Sure, I could buy up all 23 of these and maybe try or even tet one and make a huge profit. But that's work. And I just don't want to do that. I'm not an enhancer, but somebody could make money off of this. So as a buyer's market, this is nice. Hell, you could even buy all the Pry Bassies and still make profit. I mean, it would still be fine. Like, you could shoot them to duo, get like a 40 stack, pop them off, and you'll probably still at least get one to try, which again, that's still pretty good profit. I mean, what, like buying 222 million. Like, I mean, if you get one to try, you made profit. But the problem with giving out free shit is that it renders other items useless. Let's take a look at the good and old glory Serops necklaces. What the fuck am I looking at? 226 at Tet for 585 million. No one's gonna buy this. You know why? Because Kaposha, for the same amount of money, you could buy a Tet Crescent, a Tet Eye of the Ruins ring, and you could make a bigger gain than this. and still manage to save up enough money to buy a latent, which is still relatively cheap. This item's existence is, there's no reason for this item to exist anymore. The only people that buy this item are stupid people. I don't want to be that mean, actually. The only people that buy this item are the people that don't know better. But if you ask any good player or any person that has any knowledge of the game, they will tell you the Serap's necklace has absolutely no value whatsoever, and on top of that serves no physical purpose in the game. Now, you might be wondering, why does that bother you, or why is that bad? Well, let's take a look at some grind spots. Oh god, this is fucking blurry shit. So let's take a look at Worgen's Nest, right? These drop here pretty frequently, and I actually used to farm here back in the day. I even did a video on it talking about it. It was pretty decent for lobies. It's a nice starting point to earn a little bit of money. You get some scrolls, you get some Serap's necklaces, and bop it a boopy, you're making a little bit of bread. It's like 50 mil an hour. Nice. Now, this has drastically lowered the viability of Worgen's Nest. You're looking at more 20 million an hour because Serap's necklaces are now worthless. The only thing you can do with them is break them down for Jonas fragments and turn them into crescent rings perhaps, and even then, those have gone down immensely. They used to sell for about 60, 70 mil. Now they're down to like 30 to 29. So they've gone down quite a bit. Still more profitable than Serap's necklaces, but once again, serves really no purpose. And that goes for like Desert, Naga Temple 2, and then TDM Valley. Like these spots now with Serap's, their money pool and just everything has gone down immensely. So it is what it is. It sucks, but it just, I don't think they realize what they have done when they do that. They rendered spots worthless pretty much. Like sure, you can go to Desert Naga Temple for XP and be like, well, that's why I'm here, but you would also like to make money at the same time. Not only that, but if we take a look at, let's say, some crescent rings, right? Oh god, they're even worse. Oh geez, I thought they were better than this. Yeah, 30 mil, and look at this. Look at this. I bet there's somebody mid-bit. Yep. It never fails. These rings have also fallen out of favor, not only because Tungrad rings have come out and they're about 10 bill for Tet, so that's pretty good, but these have gone down quite a bit for the simple fact that Kaposha exists as well. A little while ago, they knocked down the requirements to get Kaposha. So 61, you'll get the, Kaposha neck piece, which is great. I think it's good to help new players, but that's all you need to do. You need to fucking stop with this free shit because it's ruining the market. The market has been ass for months now. Y'all know how bad it is? Let's take a look here. Oh my god. Oh, my heart. Oh my god, they're way worse than I thought. Oh my god. These used to be 270 million. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Hello? Yo, the market is so fucked. It just says no search results. See, I'm out here calling BDO on its bullshit, and it kicked me out the game because it knows that it's fucked up, and it doesn't want me to talk about it anymore. This is nonsense. All right, we back after PA DDoSed me for speaking the truth. So I kind of forgot where I left off because it had been like literally 20 minutes. So it's been a minute, but look, I get it. PA wants to appear as this sort of casual game, and I feel like it's a good idea and it's a good step in a right direction, but you are hurting the veteran players and the mid-tier players that are struggling still to get to where they can be competitive and make more money. Right now, there seems like there's a lot of content, right? You look at this map and you're like, wow, all this stuff, there's so much to do. No. The entirety of this middle area is worthless. There's honestly nothing in there, at least on console, there's nothing there. This Hellspawn over here, Duvenkroon, and all of this shithole area, literally 30 mil an hour at best, another 30 mil an hour at best, 20 mil an hour at best. These three spots over here are utterly worthless. The only reason to grind here in these three areas is for the pot piece. You're never really going to go here for money. Sure, you can get an Eye of the Ruins ring in Tashira as well as Bloodwolf Settlement, but those have gone down in price. So at best, you're making 50 mil an hour with a drop. This place is utterly worthless. There's nothing here. Oakenrads used to sell for 60 million. Now they sell for 8 million. So they are now completely worthless, and the money here is just non-existent. Let's talk about here. All right, Camasilva. This is like the main place that most people hang at. Navarre Steppe, actually pretty good. I kind of like it because it's good for Caphras. You can pull about 15 to 20 Caphras per hour if you know what you're doing. I've done a video on it and tested it. It is definitely viable for the right purposes. If you're coming here for pure money, I don't think you're going to make a whole lot. But if you're coming here for Caphras and you need to Caphra your gear, this is actually not a bad option. Mansion's Forest, I grinded here with a yellow loot scroll as well as Agris, and there was just no, there was not a good result. I did a video on this as well. I think the payout was like 60 mil or something, and if you add a narc to that, it's like 70 mil. So yeah, Mansion Forest, not really that good. Miramach Ruins. This place is actually pretty fire. With Agris and a blue loot scroll, you can make roughly around 120 to 140 million. Sometimes you can even go up to 200 if you're grinding like an absolute animal. Miramach Ruins is probably the best grind spot in the game next to Star's End and possibly Sakraya. The only reason I say possibly is because I can't even go to Sakraya because that shit hurts like fuck and I refuse to go there. And also it's contested like hell, so I'm good. And then boom, here we go, Gaifin's Raja Temple. This place is ass. Done a video about this. I went here with a bunch of cheat clappers, 5-man groups. Everybody was 63 or 64 minus me, and there was no money to be made here. This place is ass. This place is genuine ass. There's no XP, there's no money. It sucks. It sucks dick. Never go here. Polly's Forest. It's a great spot for skill points, but there's really nothing else here. Money is whack. You're making 20, 30 mil an hour if you're speed running. That's pretty much it. Poly sucks, and for money anyway. Forest Ronaros, you can go here for the pot piece, but the money sucks, and there's really nothing to be had here. Ronaros rings sell for 5 million on consoles, so they're worthless. And then you have this that I completely forgot even existed, and nobody goes here because there's actually nothing here at all. Now, as I mentioned, in this circle area where it looks like there's a sea of content, the only content to be had here is node farming, so that way you can go and send out your workers to important nodes. Everything else in terms of grinding or camp, non-existence. You need the Elvia servers to make that good, and that doesn't exist. Everything else, same concept. There is literally nothing here to make you money other than sending workers to the proper nodes. The only thing worthy of even talking about is Star's End, and you have to be pretty high up here to come to Star's End, and it's pretty contested on a regular basis, all the main rotations anyway, so you know, it can be a bit rough grinding here. Moving on over to Medaya, this place sucks ass. Main's terrible. Helms is okay. I say it's okay, but like it's pretty ass, but like it's okay if you're a beginner. Elric, terrible. Sazen's terrible. Schultzgard, pretty good. You actually can get decent amount of Kaffers here. Not to mention you can make about 50 to 60 mil if you're speed running, so it's actually not terrible. Wandering Rogues, terrible. Abandoned Iron Mine, terrible. Kratuga, this is probably the only thing worthy of talking about, but that's because it's a high RNG spot. You can get Elkar's worth 300 mil. You can get Latent Necklace, which is like 60 mil. You can get like, what's the other thing? Tungrad Earring, which is like 40 mil. So high RNG spot, but it's pretty good. Other than that, the entirety of Medaya minus Schultz and Kratuga are completely worthless. All right, let's talk about the desert. Basilisk Belt. I already showed you why Bassies are worthless, and this makes them even more worthless because this spot is ass to grind. On top of that, Bassies are rare drops, and they're not even worth selling because 14 million. Woo. Kaji Ruins, the only reason to come here is for killing the elites, so that way you can go ahead and remove the plus 15s or 13s or whatever and get the armor stones or weapon stones. That's the only reason anyone grinds here. Nobody gives a fuck about a damn Kaji ring, so place sucks. Centaurs, I don't know. I actually don't know anything about it because I've never come here, never wanted to come here, so I'm just going to say it sucks because I never hear anybody talk about it, and I also run past this place quite often on my way to Sandgrain, and I never see anybody here, so I'm going to go under the assumption that it sucks. Basham's terrible. You make like 10 mil an hour. Worgens used to be good. You'd make about 30, 40 mil an hour. Now that syrups are worthless, you make nothing. So you're looking at about 20 mil an hour if you're clearing these things extremely fast. We got Gaha's Bandits, which is actually pretty fire. I came here looking for Black Spirit Claws because I wanted the outfit crystal. So I was grinding here for a few hours. Didn't get a crystal or a claw, but I did realize that they drop a lot of weapons and Arsha is practically empty on the regulars. So you can get a bunch of Gaha's spirits or whatever they're called. And you get a fuck ton of drops. Not only that, but there's a ton of plus 15s, 13s, and 9s and 6s that drop here. So you make a dickload of weapon stones. So if you're looking for weapon stones, you can actually get a buttload at Gaha's, which is pretty cool. Not to mention you also have drop scrolls, or not drop scrolls, ancient scrolls. So that's good for Pilafay if you want to run that. But personally, you're making about 30, 40 mil here. That's with selling the weapon scrolls, of course, and grinding on Arsha. Outside of Arsha, you're looking at more like 20, but still. Not gonna lie, kind of forgot about Round Sulfur Mine, but I'm gonna tell you this place sucks dick. Nobody grinds here. Nobody gives a fuck to grind here. This place is ass. Piliku Jail, actually not that bad. I ended up grinding here for the Black Spirit Claws, and I ended up getting 3 in about 2 hours, which is pretty cool. Not only that, the trash loot is about 3k, which is nice. It kind of just gives a little bit of something. You can make easily about 40 mil here if you know what you're doing, especially if you're selling the Black Spirit Claws and the Ancient Scrolls. So you're making a good chunk of money here, actually. So if you're around 210 AP, Piliku might be the spot. TDM Valley, place sucks. Serops are worthless. That's like the same thing as Worgens. They're worthless. They're utterly worthless. You can come here to grind for XP, but that's about the highlight. Desert Naga Temple, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Don't worry about it. You can come here for XP again, but Serops, worthless. Everything else is whatever. You're not making a lot of money here. Also, you have the portals in the desert, which will take you to Akhman or Histria. Those places, very good money. You can make a lot there, but they're high-end grind spots, so you have to be high AP, high DP to even get in there, and, well, not necessarily get in there, but survive there. So, if you have it, they're good. You can make a lot of money. I've done videos on both Histria and Akhman, and you can make a buttload. So, they're good, but just you need gear. Now, we talk about Pirate Island. Place sucks dick. Went here, no reason to come here. It's literally worthless. I don't know why you would come here. I mean, it hasn't been updated, so obviously it's going to suck dick, but you're making like 5 mil an hour. I mean, it's exaggeration, but you're making no money. Now, Paddocks Island, I haven't been here, but I talked to someone who has been here. I don't know if you guys know Nems. If you don't, go sub to him. He's pretty cool. Also, Console, go sub to him on Twitch, YouTube. They're very good players. Console is like a 620 suck striker, and Nems is like a 270 Kudum fucking DK. They both went to Paddocks Island, and Nems made like 120 mil with Agris and a loot scroll, and you can make that exact same money at Trees. So why the fuck would I take a boat all the way out to Egypt just to not give a fuck? I'm not saying that this spot is bad. I mean, 120 mil is good, but I don't care. Literally, my boat is docked here, bro. I'm not about to travel my sweet ass all the way the fuck up here only to make 120 mil and then take another 15-minute ride all the way the fuck back here just to be upset. When all I have to do is camp here at Grana for eternity and just make a small trip there to there and just go back and forth, get my church buffs, go back, get my church buffs, go back. Literally 2-minute walk, and I'm making like 500 mil a day. Like I said, I'm not trying to shit on Paddocks Islands. It's a nice change of pace. It's great they added a, duo grind spot. It just creates group content. It's nice, but there is no reason to physically go here for a measly 120 mil. That's no different from a top tier Guardian grinding Star's End or Trees. You can make 120 mil at Star's End. You can make 120 mil at Trees. You can make 120 mil at Akhman. I've done it. I've got videos on these documented. There's no reason to come to Paddocks. Other than you want to grind with a friend and have group content. Outside of that, no reason to come here. Then we have Sakraya Underwater Ruins, which is actually okay. It's just, you got to have high gear score. You got to be at least 620 something gear score just to show up here. And it's a pain in the ass. So honestly, I'm not a super huge fan, mainly because, can't really do it. It's a pain in the ass. So I'm just, not much I can say about it. It's rough. I did hear it's quite contested too, so because it's so new on console, a lot of people are fighting here, so you're not really making a whole lot, at least unless you're a top player with about 620, 630 gear score, and you're fighting among the elite, so it is what it is. The main reason I went through all of those places is that if you heard what I said, the max amount of money you're making is like 120 to 200 mil an hour, and that's through trash loot. Nothing really related to the market. So if you take that information, right, and you look at the market, the only real money to be made at the moment is through literally just hoping to God that you don't have to sell a Bassi belt or you don't have to enhance for profit. Right now, I was running scrolls because I had a fuck ton from Piliku, so I ran like 1 million scrolls, and they're slowly going back up, but they're struggling, right? Like, they're truly struggling. And personally, I really just don't see the benefit in selling right now. Like, as much as I want to sell, the only reason I'm selling is because I want my gear, but I wish I didn't have to. I wish I didn't have to sell. See, ideally, I want to sell here at 8:05, but I know come the morning, because right now it's currently 1:39 a.m., come like 7, 8 o'clock, once everyone starts waking up, these are going to go down back to below 700, and then towards the night, they start to rise up because less players are online, so they start to rise. Now, I don't care. I just don't care, because there's nothing else I can do other than just sell this shit for like right here and just pray to Jesus somebody buys them. I mean, seriously, I had this lonely Bassi belt just sitting here chilling, and like, what am I supposed to do? Sell this shit at min bid with this guy? Nah, I'm good. I'll just wait. It's just a real struggle right now. It feels like there's not a lot of content that is worth doing. It genuinely feels like I'm forcing myself to try and make any kind of gain. Like the amount of hours I have to put in now just to make money, considering that I don't enhance, I have to step it up immensely. I gotta go hard. And keep in mind right now, I tagged the Musa back again because I got off the striker. I got a little bored. So I wanted to play a little bit of a ratty class for PvP. And just the grind on the Musa, oh god, it's so weird. Going from a suck stroker to a Musa, just night and day fucking thing. Musa sucks ass at grinding in succession, and just I'm grinding on the Zerker now because the Zerker I'm pulling like 10k trash and fucking Achman, so I have to grind on the Zerker because I don't want to tag the striker again. All right. So this video's gone on long enough. I've complained long enough, but yeah, it definitely feels like there's a lack of content. A lot of players are sharing the same sentiment. I talked to Sly on stream the other day. I asked him why he made a guild because he used to be in Nameless and he made his own guild called Uncontested, and his exact answer, which I didn't expect at all, he literally said dead ass that the game is dead and there's no content. This is a partnered streamer, by the way. Nems said the same thing. Guido says the same thing. If you don't know Guido, Proteus, Zerker, they all say the same thing. Every partnered streamer that I've ever spoken to has said the same thing. Game's dead, no content, game sucks, market sucks, blah, blah, blah. I don't know when PA is gonna like realize that the entirety of the console community is literally screaming at them that the game is dead and that everything about it is ass right now. I don't know what they have to do to hear that or what they can do about it, but it's fairly apparent that console is in the absolute utter toilet right now. So it is what it is, I guess. But that's it for today's video. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, she knows I'm no one. Yeah, she knows I don't need no cutting. I don't need no cutting.